searching and trying to find out why. We came together as a school that night. Maybe the most special moment I've been a part of in my 14 years on this campus. Christian talked, and he got a fantastic message. And then we all stopped, and everybody had a chance to come down with the court in Gleason. And before long, there were pods of people didn't even know each other. They were crying, and they were searching for something. I'm wearing my athletic training shirt tonight from this year's athletic training program. I've never been more proud of my students and my staff. I've never been more proud of our football program. I've never been more proud of our school or our administrators and how we handled the first 24 hours of an awful situation. Then I thought to myself, I've been to that site 3 times now since November 7th, by myself. It was horrible. It was life-changing. But people like Kendall and Amanda and others who are going to talk tonight, they found grace. They had Jesus in their heart. Esther did too. X did too. Fortunate enough to go to Dale, New Mexico. I want to thank all of you guys from the Highland Singers that went and sang there during spring break. I've seen the video. Thank you. Beyond thank yous. I got a chance to talk. X was a wonderful young man. He was brilliant. If you've never seen or read any of his writings, please do. They'll make you think. Think deep. Esther loved everybody. We spent 4 hours in a car together coming back from a cheerleading company that I worked for 23 years. She went there to train how to work these camps. She drove me back to see my fiance at the time. We spent 4 hours together in a car. We sang. We laughed. I told her about my endless love for the first love of my entire life. My first girlfriend, 42 years old. And she cried some more. It's an amazing thing to see you guys grow up. You're going to live a long, long life. You guys are going to have beautiful children. And we feel sorry for X and Esther. Well, they're in a much better place. They're going to be with you. Always. I've seen many blessings this entire school year, and all I can think about is there's Esther looking over her glasses, as she always would do. And she'd say, well, I think her cute little smile's going to get her out of trouble because she turned something in late. That night I left that prayer vigil and I thought about all the people that were crying there that night and how much I heard. The most amazing song came on the radio and I couldn't believe it. I left Gleason and I had to pull over on the side of the road out here by the manor. That song had the words, when I walk by your side, I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I wonder if Esther and X are dancing right now. I wonder if they're in awe of his glory. They can stand in his presence. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees, or will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. Now, Esther definitely talked, I promise you that. And X was smiling with that just weird little goatee he was trying to grow that he couldn't quite get the manly look anymore. But I tell you guys this, don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to laugh. Don't be afraid to show love. Don't be afraid to forget how special this place is. And know that life is very precious, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't have Jesus in your heart. Be strong tonight, Courtney. Be strong tonight, Kylie. Be strong tonight, Jonathan. We have people with us tonight. We have angels with us tonight. I step aside. Courtney.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Courtney Hadel, and I got the privilege and opportunity to be Esther's roommate for 2.5 years. But Esther was more than just my college roommate. She was my best friend, my shoulder to cry on, my support system, and my encourager. She would go out of her way to make everyone smile, walking around campus saying hi to everyone she came in contact with. I could spend hours up here talking about memories we shared, but I know I have a limited amount of time, so I'll just get down to the point. November 7th, 2016 will forever be engraved in my memory. The exact moment that I found out changed my whole perspective on life altogether. How could two people so young and so full of life be gone just like that? But in reality, I knew a lot more than I wanted to. Because of my line of work and my training, I understood exactly what had to happen for this to be the result. I think this made it harder for me. I didn't want to imagine Esther like that. These past 6 months have probably been the most difficult days of my life, having to continue life here at Sterling without my best friend by my side. It's been hard experiencing all the firsts without her. First time moving rooms without her. First time going to the caf knowing she won't be joining me. First time coming back to class without her in the room to tell her about my day. First time going over to our foster family's house without her. And first time visiting our places in Sterling all by myself. I was talking with Anne, Esther's mom, on the phone this past week. She gave me some encouragement that I thought I would share. We can look at all these things that we're not able to do with Esther and be sad about it. Or we can rejoice in the fact that we did have that time with her and be joyful for the time that God gave her to us to impact our lives in different ways. I know that Esther would not want us to forget her, but I also know that she would want us to continue pursuing our goals in life. I'll end with a quote from my foster mom, Kendra Grizzle. We get to choose our friendships, and most of the time our roommates, but we don't get to choose when God calls those we love home, or when it's their time to leave this earth. So live your life to the fullest, and never take anything for granted. Thank you.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kylie Dean, and I'm a senior in the Sterling College Athletic Training Program. Esther was my level 1, my level 2 year, and that was the year that I got to know her the best. When I had the privilege and honor to talk about her tonight, I decided to share with you guys a letter that I wrote to her in heaven. Dear Esther Grace, hey girl, I hope heaven is everything you thought it would be. The other day, I woke up with you on my mind, like most mornings. And I just thought to myself what I would do to see you one more time. I'm not gonna lie to you, I blocked out the fact that you were truly gone. I just thought to myself, you went on a trip somewhere, and you'll come back soon, because it's too hard and too painful to think that you are gone. I know that you're looking down on me right now, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being the beautiful soul that you were. Thank you for being my sister in Christ. Thank you for brightening this world with your smile. Thank you for touching so many lives in your Esther ways. Thank you for your life advice Facebook posts. My favorite one was the one where you talked about stretchy tape. We are like stretchy tape. In order for us to reach our full potential, we have to be stretched. Those words are so true. Thank you for teaching me about life and sharing your dreams with me. Most of all, thank you for pushing me and believing me in athletic training. I hope I make you proud. They say that losing somebody you truly love, that pain never goes away, but you learn how to live with it. I know this to be true because I'm still learning how to live with that pain, Esther, and I don't think I'll ever stop learning. Knowing that you're up in heaven with God is where I find the most comfort, and that's what eases the pain. I know you're probably up there hanging out with God with that smile on your face, making heaven that much brighter. You will always be in my heart, and I will never forget the times and talks we shared. Until I see you again, my sweet friend. Love, Kylie. Thank you.
So some of you may know, my name's Jonathan Yelton, and I was invited here to speak about one of my best friends, Xavier. I remember the day when they told us what happened. At first I had no idea, I didn't even hear the rumors. And when I got to the Thompson Hall, where all the football players were meeting, I was scared. I didn't know why at the time, but I was scared because I knew something was up. And then when I was asking around, I heard that X had died, and I was like, well, X who? It can't be Bradford. And I still don't believe it some days. I still expect that I'm gonna see him just sitting in the calf, you know, with that crooked smile that he had, and you know, I just expect to see him. It doesn't feel real, but I know in my heart that it is, and that's what causes the most pain. If he saw me now, one thing he'd say, John, what y'all suited and booted for? And I tell you that because I can't even get dressed up sometimes, you know, even as little as I am right now, but I can't get dressed sometimes because it reminds me of, you know, something he would say. After he passed away, I wrote this poem kind of for myself and then also for his family. So I'm going to read that to you now. It's entitled X. Behind every smile, there's a tear. Behind every goodbye, there's a wishing you were still here. The disbelief mixed with grief is a drink I've never ordered, but I've always gotten. The waiter is life, and the service is terrible, but this pain is unbearable. I cry out to God, why am I stuck in this restaurant, with this drink I have not ordered, and the meal I have not yet got? But this is my lot in life. It wasn't by roll of the dice or by happenstance that I'm in this place. I still see your face, but you haven't been here in a while. You checked out saying, this place isn't my style. You were always different, and yet we were the same, two souls who felt each other's pain. I'll miss our crazy conversations and the way you use your imagination. You saw and thought things that most cannot see or think, but your pen ran out of ink and the world out of paper. The great emancipator freed you from the bondage of this place, but left me here with the memory of your space. By his grace, I hope to see you again, where the pen meets paper. We were supposed to make a mixtape together, but now I gotta go solo. But it's no fun when you're listening to your own track and you've got no one to listen back. My heart is hurt, cardiovascular disease. I'm asking for the waiter, check please. The part about the mixtape, we always joked about how we would do that, how we were gonna write an album together. And so one of our favorite activities was to just randomly quote rap lyrics to one another, and it's one of the things I miss most is being able to do that. So I feel like X would want me to quote a couple lines from one of his favorite rap songs, Many Men by 50 Cent. Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Death's gotta be easy, 'cause life is hard. It'll leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred. But I have faith, because in Matthew 5:4, it says, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. So even though we're mourning the loss of our friends, and we will, maybe for the rest of our lives, we will one day be comforted. And so that's what I leave you guys with here tonight.